Hey, sweetie, are you free at all to talk?
Yeah, I guess. It'll have to be quick though, as I'm on my lunch break and it only lasts an hour.
Yeah, of course. I was trying to catch you during lunch. Looks like I timed it just right.
So, what's wrong?
It's just, I've been looking over our statements from the bank for the last few months, and quite a lot of money has come out. And I can't really see where or why it's been needed. Is there anything you needed to tell me? I mean, there's quite a lot being spent on unnecessary things. Have you developed a bit of a spending problem? Because if you have, there are people who can help with that. We can go see a professional.
No, everything's fine. I've got it all under control. Besides, everything I spend my money on is completely necessary, so I don't know what you're going on about there. Also, you're kind of making me feel bad. You're pretty much saying that you don't trust me to be responsible with money. You really think that I'm such an idiot that I just spend it all in luxuries?
No, of course not, sweetie. I just thought that maybe you hadn't realized how much you had spent recently. I know that it can happen sometimes. I'm sure I've spent more than I've needed to on occasion. I just wanted to check and make sure that everything was okay. I mean, it is my money too, so I kind of have a right to be concerned about it if it looks like something strange is happening.
Wow, so now you're gonna try and guilt trip me? Real fair. I know that we share finances, I'm not an idiot, but sometimes I might need to spend a little bit more. Is that okay, Mr. Bank Manager?
What? No, I'm sorry. If you want me to trust you more with the finances, then I need to do that. I'm not trying to make you feel bad.
I know, but what you were saying still hurts though.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Look, I'm just gonna go and calm down a little bit. Just promise me that you'll relax about the money. I've got everything under control.
Okay, I will.
Okay, thanks. It means a lot that you're trusting me.
Yeah, of course. If you need any help at all, don't hesitate to ask me.
I won't. Anyway, I'll see you later. I'm just finishing my lunch.
Okay then, see you later. Ethan, what on earth has happened?
Whoa, calm down. What do you mean?
I mean that I've just checked the monthly statements again, and in these last 3 months, you've spent thousands of dollars from our joint savings account. Not to mention that there's also a warning letter from the bank reminding you that you owe them over $30,000 from your credit cards. You told me that you were handling it. I trusted you. What happened?
Oh, that. Well, to be honest, I was just kind of hoping that you wouldn't find out. I meant to hide those statements from you before you found them.
What? How can you say that? Of course I'd find out. I'm your wife.
Hang on, don't shout at me. I did try to get it back, you know.
Just start from the beginning. How did you spend this much money?
Okay, well, some of it was on essentials, you know? New clothes, new shoes, and stuff like that. I even got myself a nice new watch. I wanted a Rolex, but I didn't have enough credit on my card to be able to afford one. Anyway, that was what I spent some of the money on.
And the rest of it?
Fine. I spent quite a lot on a new car and some other things that I thought would be a good thing to have.
A new car? Hang on, I've not seen this new car.
Yeah, well, when I say new car, I mean like new to me as I've not owned it before. Really, it's quite a vintage thing that needs a fair bit of work to get it back into the best condition.
What? So where is this car then?
I put it in a nearby garage. Didn't want it getting stolen or anything, and our house doesn't have it anywhere to put it as the garage only fits one car.
A car is quite a massive purchase. How come you never told me about this?
Because I knew you'd be against it. You'd say it was too much money or something and wouldn't let me get it. Even though it's a car that I've been wanting for years now. Ever since I could drive, actually.
Yeah, but that car has put us into major debt. Like, we owe thousands of dollars to the bank. Not to mention everything else you've spent.
Well, it's not like I haven't tried getting the money back. When I first got into debt, I went to the casino in town and tried my hardest. I actually had quite a nice little pot going. But then I kind of lost it when I bet it all. I just thought I was on a roll, you know?
You do know that the house always wins in the casino?
Yeah, well, now I do. So, how can we sort this mess out?
Well, you could sell the car you bought. Maybe that would raise a bit of money.
No way, that's my car now. I'm gonna keep it and do it up.
I guess we have no other choice than to work really hard then. If we're frugal with our money over the next year or so, we should be able to save enough up to pay off the debt before we rack up too much interest.
We? You're gonna help me pay it off?
Well, I did say our finances were kind of intertwined, not to mention you're my husband. I vowed I'd be with you through richer or poorer. Well, time to put that to the test. But as a couple, we need to help each other out. You're going to need to pull your socks up as well and start putting money away for the credit card payments. If we don't get a handle on this debt quickly, then we could end up losing everything if the bank takes it from us, including your new car and the house.
Of course, I'll help in any way I can. I love having an older wife who knows how to handle these things.
I'm only older by a few years, and anyway, it's not going to be easy. To get rid of this much debt is going to require us to really focus and work hard. You're going to have to get a second job as well, as we still need money to live off of. I'm already working flat out at the hospital, but I'll see if I can pick up any more shifts as well.
You mean I've got to find another job on top of the one I already have? Why can't you do that? I mean, it just seems a bit unfair is all.
Well, like I just explained, I can't get another job as my work at the hospital takes up pretty much all of my time. Being a nurse isn't easy, you know?
Oh, and my job is?
Well, not to be funny, but it's easier than mine, that's for sure. You get to sit in the office all day and go home at a reasonable time. I'm stuck doing random shifts at all sorts of times throughout the day. Not to mention I deal with people who could actually be dying. It's a very stressful job. Also, this is your debt, so you should be the one to make the most efforts to sort it out. It's only fair.
Well, not really.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, I might have kind of racked up the debt a little, but that's only because you never let me buy anything fun. What's the point of having money if you can't do anything fun with it?
But is it really worth the cost of all this debt? It's only going to get worse if you don't pay it off quickly, and it can even affect any purchases you might want to make in the future, like a house or something. As a couple now, we need to check with each other when we want to buy expensive things, so that we know exactly what the situation with our money is.
Well, then maybe we shouldn't be a couple.
Huh?
Well, if being together means that I can't even spend my own money how I'd like, then I don't think this is gonna work out.
Are you seriously saying you want to leave me?
Well, what's the point of being together anyway if we're constantly gonna be working and not spending any time together? Of course, if you got a second job as well, then we'd be able to pay the debt off quicker and spend more time together. But if you don't want to do that...
No, I see your point. I'll look for a second job too, okay?
Okay, great. I knew you'd come around. Well, I better get back to work. This money isn't gonna earn itself. Oh, could you make that pasta dish I really like for dinner? Thanks.
Oh, yeah. Sure. No problem. Love you. Ethan? Where are you? It's really late.
Oh, Han, I'm just hanging out with some friends. We're having a great time. I've been under so much stress lately with my new job that I needed a bit of time to unwind.
But Ethan, we can't afford to be spending money like this. We owe the bank so much already.
Relax, will you? I'm not out. I'm at the garage where my car is. I bought like a box of beer and we're just chilling here. Hardly any money's been spent. Only on the drinks and some takeout.
Oh, but that can still be quite expensive, especially if you have a lot of friends there and they're all expecting you to pay for their things. Not to mention the month before you spent over $1,000 on new parts for that car of yours. I swear, it's been much more of a financial death trap than anything I've ever bought before. If you're not going to take your debt seriously, then I'm not going to help you pay it off. It's not fair for me to kill myself working when you're not bothering to help with this debt properly.
I've been working my butt off for the last year to pay for this stupid debt. The least I deserve is a little bit of time with my friends to blow off some steam.
Well, what about me?
What about you?
I'm tired and fed up and would love to spend some time with my friends. I'd love to spend some quality time with you as well. But you just seem to avoid me and only come to me when you want money.
Well, it's not my fault that the sight of you annoys me at the minute.
What?
Yeah, I know you mean well, but the fact that you're pushing me so hard to pay back this debt is really making me start to resent you. I just wanted some time to chill out, away from your nagging and stuff.
I see. I guess I'll leave you to chill out then.
Great, thanks. Thank God she shut up. Can you believe I've actually put up with her the last year just to pay this stupid debt off? Laura? Babe.
Wrong chat, babe.
Oh no.
So, I take it that you've been seeing this Laura behind my back then? How long has that been going on?
Well, what? No, I haven't been seeing anyone. That was just a joke text I sent you to try and be funny. Obviously, it didn't work too well. So sorry about that, babe.
Uh-huh, sure. You do realize that I wasn't born yesterday, right?
Hannah, I swear, I can explain.
Explain what? How you've been trying to use me to work myself to death to pay off all of your debts? And then once that's done, you'll divorce me or something, right?
How did you...
Like I said, I'm not an idiot. Not like you, anyway.
Huh? How am I the idiot?
Did you really think that you were being sneaky all these months? I've known about you and your girlfriend for ages now.
What? How? Why didn't you say anything?
You're not exactly the best at sneaking around, and I didn't say anything because I wanted to teach you a lesson. You know all of that debt I've supposedly been paying off? Yeah, that's not exactly true. After I found out that you were cheating on me, I stopped making my monthly payments. The debt is all in your name, not mine, so it doesn't affect me anyway.
What? Why would you do that? Now there's gonna be thousands still left for me to pay.
Yeah, pretty much. Why should I pay off your debts when you've been nothing but a horrible husband to me? Instead, I've been saving up, and I've actually bought myself a lovely new apartment. It's much bigger than the one we're in now, and even has a balcony overlooking the river that I can sit out on. And do you want to know the best part?
What?
There's no obnoxious man lazing around the place and acting like a teenager, ordering me to tidy up after him. I honestly don't know what I saw in a childish man such as yourself. Thank you for making it easy for me to leave.
You can't just leave me with all this debt. I'm your husband.
About that, I've left the divorce papers for you to sign on the kitchen table. You might want to do it ASAP. Otherwise, I will be taking you to court for scamming me. Your choice.
But...
Oh, and you can stay at your friend Laura's tonight. I don't want you back in this house whilst I'm in it. Goodbye and good riddance, Ethan.
Hannah, wait!
After I left Ethan, I moved into my new apartment and I couldn't have been happier with it. All of that extra work also meant I had quite a bit of money left over to do whatever I wanted with it. At the minute, I'm thinking about traveling somewhere abroad. As for Ethan, with the revelation that he still has thousands of dollars to pay off, he had to pick up more shifts at his 2 jobs. His girlfriend Laura also left him, claiming that he was way too poor to be with. It looks like Ethan is going to be dealing with the consequences of his actions for a very long time.
Liza, where are you now? Can you please contact me soon? I'm worried. Is something wrong? Are you okay? Can you please respond to me? I'm really worried. Please, if something happened, let me know so I can help you. Are you okay? Where are you? I'm worried. Please, I'm begging you. I need to hear from you. It's annoying that you keep contacting me so many times. Once is enough. I'm not a child, you know. Finally, you contacted me. That's good. Where are you now? But today is our wedding day, you know. Of course I'll contact you many times. I'm really worried. Everyone is. Even so, you don't need to contact me so many times. I was worried that you weren't coming, even though it's already time. What happened? Where are you? Everyone is worried and waiting for you. You don't have to worry. If you were gonna be late, you should have just let me know. Even if not to me, you could have let the venue know. I was worried. Yes, I'm sorry. I should have let you know. Are you almost at the venue? Actually, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I've been reconsidering our marriage. Anyway, with how I'm feeling right now, I can't marry you, Harry. What are you talking about? What do you mean you can't marry me? What's going on all of a sudden? Our wedding day is today, you know. Your parents and everyone else are already gathered there. What are you gonna do? Anyway, I just want to cancel today's wedding. I can't marry you. What are you suddenly talking about? Did something happen? Explain it to me. I don't understand. We were looking forward to getting married until yesterday. Actually, this morning I received some information that my ex-boyfriend is getting a divorce when I left the house. So what? He's your ex-boyfriend, right? What does he have to do with anything now? He is my ex-boyfriend, but when I heard about the divorce, I couldn't bring myself to go to our wedding with you. That's why I couldn't make it to the venue in the end. It's too sudden, and I can't understand the meaning in the situation. I can't understand at all how my wedding with you is related to your ex-boyfriend's divorce and the cancellation of our wedding. Explain to me how it's connected. My ex-boyfriend is planning to submit divorce papers today. He knew that I was getting married today. So what if your ex-boyfriend is getting divorced today? How is that relevant to us getting married today? He's your ex. It shouldn't matter. Probably it's a message from my ex-boyfriend. What message? What are you talking about? I don't understand. What's going on? Yeah, you don't know about it. I think my ex-boyfriend's divorced today. It's a message that he wants to reconcile with me. That's impossible, isn't it? Isn't it just a coincidence? Why is your ex-boyfriend's situation suddenly causing us to cancel our wedding? I don't understand the meaning. Was our relationship so fragile that it could be destroyed so easily? Actually, I didn't break up with my ex-boyfriend because I hated him. But you said you chose me and wanted to marry me. That's true, but after we broke up, I found out that he still has feelings for me. And once I realized that, I also started to have feelings for him again, and I wanted to be happy with him. That's why I thought we couldn't get married today. What are you talking about? Did your feelings change today? What was the time we spent together until now for? Anyway, I want you to cancel today's wedding. When I found out about my ex-boyfriend's divorce, I felt like I couldn't marry you. You can't just cancel it because of your own selfish reasons on the day of the wedding. I'm sorry. It's not something that can be solved with an apology. The wedding is today. I said I'm sorry. I can't believe you're so angry. That's one of your flaws. What kind of way is that to talk? You're the reason why this is happening, and you're being defiant? Are you sane? Your family and parents are worried too. I'm almost at my ex-boyfriend's house. From now on, I want to be happy with him. So please don't contact me anymore. Even if you suddenly say that, I can't understand the current situation, so please wait a minute. Anyway, from now on, I'll only be with my ex-boyfriend. I don't want to be thought of as cheating, so don't ever contact me again. Hey, you. You're too selfish. Your family is also worried. You're saying it's easy to cancel, but things are really tough here. It's impossible to just end things with a cancellation. Anyway, please cancel today's wedding. I want to be happy with my ex-boyfriend. Even if we are canceling it, can you come to the venue once? We need to explain what's going on properly. It's disrespectful to the people who gathered here. I'm already on my way to my ex-boyfriend's house. I'm not going to the venue. So, can you please explain the reason for the cancellation properly? How far can you be so selfish? It's the day of the wedding. This is unbelievable. It's all because of you. What do you mean by explaining it properly? You're the only one who's ruining everything. I'm not going to explain the reason for the cancellation properly. You're going to tell everyone everything honestly, that you're going to another man. Got it? Hey, answer me. Harry, long time no see. It's Johnson. Sorry to contact you out of the blue, but I got your contact information from a friend. Oh, long time no see. I'm actually going through some stuff at the moment. Can we catch up another time? Sorry about that. Oh, sorry for contacting you during a busy time. You said you're going through some stuff at the moment? Is it about Liza? Yeah, how did you know? You said you haven't been in contact with Liza for a while, but you know about my situation with her? Actually, I contacted you because I have something to tell you about Liza. Really? Do you know something about Liza that I don't? Can you tell me everything you know about Liza, no matter what it is? Actually, today was supposed to be our wedding day, but suddenly I received a call that she said she had to go see her ex-boyfriend, so we had to cancel the wedding on the day of the ceremony. Could you please tell me anything you know about Liza's whereabouts or her ex-boyfriend? Please, I'm begging you. Liza's actually at my house right now. Huh? What do you mean? Why is Liza at your house? Could it be that you're Liza's ex-boyfriend? That can't be true. Well, we did date in high school. Are you saying that Liza wants to get back together with you? I can't believe it. What's going on? I didn't know that. But our relationship only lasted for a week. Hey, I know it's rude to ask, but is it true that your wedding got called off? Yeah, it's true. We were supposed to get married today, but Liza suddenly called me this morning saying she wanted to cancel and go to her ex-boyfriend's place. So, what Liza's saying is true. Yeah, it's true. That's why things are complicated right now. Is it true that you got divorced today? No, I'm not divorced. Huh? What do you mean? Liza said her ex-boyfriend got divorced today. Isn't that about you? There are various circumstances to it. The divorce is a lie. There's no plan for divorce at all. What do you mean by various circumstances? Can you tell me? I can't see the whole picture. Of course! I contacted you to let you know about it. I'm going through some trouble too. I'll explain in detail. I'm sorry for bothering you during your tough time. Actually, I'm being harassed by a coworker of my wife's at her company. The coworker who was harassing me has feelings for my wife. You're having a tough time too, but what does it have to do with Liza? The harassment is escalating day by day, and I'm really in trouble, even though we're married. The coworker created a fake account of me on a social media a while ago. Then, this morning, the fake account made a post saying that I got divorced. But that's why there's talk about me getting a divorce. But it's all a lie. I'm not getting a divorce. I see. But how did Liza know that Johnson's getting divorced? Does she know about the fake account? I didn't know about the fake account. I heard about it from a friend. I also heard from my friend that there was an account named Liza, and Liza was following it. Apparently Liza didn't realize it was a fake account, and believed it was my real account. I see. So, Liza learned about your divorce this morning. She believed it without realizing it was false. Yes, that's right. And apparently, the account claiming to be Liza had been sending messages asking to get back together multiple times. So, Liza believed it was your real account, and thought she was connected to you. So it seems like it. And then this morning, while I was having breakfast, Liza suddenly came to my house. I panicked and didn't know what was going on. She said, I stopped getting married because you got divorced. And I was like, what the heck is going on? That's what happened? You had a rough morning. I'm sorry this happened. Don't apologize. And then, while I was still trying to figure out what was going on, Liza just came to my house without permission. Even after I told her I didn't get divorced, she wouldn't believe me. Is that so? Why doesn't she believe you when you say you didn't get divorced? Is Liza still at your house? Yeah, that's right. I told her many times that I didn't get divorced, but she keeps saying, you don't have to lie to me. And she won't believe me at all. My wife happened to be visiting her family and wasn't at home, and Liza doesn't seem to have any intention of leaving my house. I see. Because your wife isn't home right now, Liza probably thinks you really got divorced. That's right! I've been having a tough morning since then. I didn't know what to do. And then, while I was panicking alone, a friend contacted me. They told me that someone was pretending to be me and announcing my divorce on social media, and that helped me understand the situation. I see. Both of you have had a tough morning, but now we finally understand what's happening. And then, when I asked my friend about the impersonation account, I found out that Liza had sent a message. The message said, I'm stopping my marriage too, and we can finally be together. And then, everything clicked for me. Anyway, I was started asking around to find out who Liza's husband was. I found out it was our high school classmate Harry. I was surprised that it was you. Wow, I never would have guessed. I'm surprised that you were Liza's ex. Thanks for contacting me suddenly, even though it must have been difficult for you. No, I never expected anything like this to happen. Even though I didn't know that the two of you were getting married, I still feel bad for causing trouble. Well, we haven't been in touch for a while, so it's understandable. And I'm sorry that Liza showed up like that. It's not your fault. I never expected anything like this to happen. If your marriage is gonna fall apart, then something really serious must have happened, and it's probably tougher on you than me, so please don't apologize. Thanks. I'm sorry to bother you at a time like this. I'm at a wedding hall now, and there are some things I need to cancel and take care of. It might take a while, but could you please keep Liza at your house for a while? I'm really sorry. Got it. Leave it to me. Once I'm ready here, I'll definitely come by. Please take care of Liza for me. No matter how much I try to contact her, she doesn't reply. That's why I'm sorry, but I need your help. Sure, leave it to me. Contact me again later. How long are you gonna ignore me? Stop running away already. Please, at least reply to my messages. I'm not running away. Didn't I tell you that I canceled the wedding? Yes, you did, but do you think that just because you said you want to cancel, everything is over? You're an adult too. Take responsibility for your actions. What? You're acting all high and mighty. Stop being so persistent. I don't need to explain anything anymore. The wedding is canceled. And I don't want anything to do with you anymore. Don't contact me again, because I don't want to be thought of as cheating on my ex-boyfriend. Hey, canceling the wedding isn't such a simple matter. You're an adult, so you should know that there are many things that we have to do. It's already over. I'm in a good relationship with my ex-boyfriend now, so don't bother me. Anyway, we're not married, so it's none of my concern. It's not over yet. Things are really complicated here. Anyway, you have to take responsibility for this mess. Also, what's so good about your ex-boyfriend? What? You don't know anything. Are you jealous that I'm getting along with my ex-boyfriend? Liza, you're alone in the living room right now. What's so good about being alone in the living room? Is that the good atmosphere you're talking about? How do you know I'm alone in the living room? You shouldn't know that. Surprise! I heard it all from Johnson. What? Are you lying? How do you know Johnson? Are you guys acquaintances? You went to Johnson's house this morning, didn't you? Confused Johnson heard everything from you and contacted me to let me know that you're marrying me today. I didn't barge into his house, and if you knew Johnson, you should have just told me. Were you hiding it? That doesn't matter now. You're the one who was hiding things. You were ready to marry me, but you still had feelings for your ex-boyfriend? Anyway, don't you understand that Johnson, who you like, is in trouble? He's asking me for help. Don't you realize how many people you're causing trouble for? I couldn't go back to my ex-boyfriend, so I gave up on him. That's why I decided to marry you, Harry. Johnson isn't in trouble. We'll have a good relationship from now on. Besides, I'm not causing trouble for anyone. Don't judge me without knowing the whole story. Are you dreaming? Johnson isn't divorced. There's no way anything good will happen. Johnson has no intention of getting a divorce. What are you talking about? Johnson reported this morning that he got divorced. That's not Johnson's account. What is Johnson saying? What are you saying? Are you trying to deceive me, Harry? There is no mistake. Johnson reported the divorce. No, he didn't. The truth is that Johnson's having trouble getting you to listen to him, even though he's telling you the truth. Aren't you in front of him? Ask Johnson. Did he get a divorce? Does he plan to get one? Check it out yourself. But he really did get a divorce, right? Because I'm at Johnson's house now, and his wife isn't here. She's gone. She's gone to her parents' house for a few days. She'll be back in 3 days. He hasn't gotten a divorce. And do you really think that all the information on social media is correct? Think about it carefully. Do you really want to marry me that badly? You're so hung up on me. I'm not going to marry you anymore. And I envy Johnson because I'll be happy with him from now on, right? Do you really believe that, Liza? Don't you care about your loved one's feelings? Didn't Johnson say he wasn't divorced? Yes! He just hasn't been able to proceed with the divorce smoothly yet. You just settled for me. My real love was my ex-boyfriend all along, and he's much more high-spec than you. So don't get in the way of my happiness anymore. You've only been dating Johnson for a week, right? So what? The length of time doesn't matter. Johnson doesn't want me to get married, so he's getting divorced today. Do you remember why you broke up with him? I've said it many times, but Johnson isn't getting a divorce. Well... It's hard to say, isn't it? Because the reason you broke up was because of your two-timing, wasn't it? So are you feeling a sense of destiny? I don't understand that kind of thinking. That's right! Johnson doesn't want me to get married, so he got divorced today, on the day of my wedding. And that's how much Johnson cares about me. You're so happy. Aren't you imagining things too much and not seeing reality? That's not true. Don't make fun of me. Do you still have feelings for me? Johnson started dating you because you forced him to date you. Johnson didn't refuse and just dated you. It's not destiny or anything. You haven't done anything like a couple. That's because he's just shy. But that's because he really cares about me. That's why I realized that this is true love. It's all your misunderstanding. Johnson doesn't have any lingering feelings for you at all. In fact, he thinks it's a nuisance that you came to his house. That's not true. Johnson said that dating you was a memory of the past that he didn't want to remember. That's absolutely not true. Besides, Johnson promised to not tell anyone about you cheating on him in exchange for not telling anyone about dating you. If Johnson had known earlier that I was going to marry you, he would have tried his best to stop the marriage with you. It's too late to say anything now. I'm canceling the wedding. Even if you lie to me, it won't change anything. This is not a lie. It's the truth. I can't believe it. Isn't Johnson just shy and embarrassed to show our relationship to everyone? He cares about me so much. I don't need any unnecessary worries. Hey, don't you get it? I asked Johnson not to kick you out of the house. If not, you would have been kicked out of Johnson's house a long time ago. That's not true. I've been at his house since this morning, and he didn't ask me to leave. I asked Johnson to make sure you didn't leave the house. Why did you ask him to do that? You canceled our wedding today, and not only that, I made the announcement alone. But there are things I need to do, and we also need to talk properly. There's no need to talk about it now. Your cancellation of the wedding today caused our friends to leave and the reception to be canceled. Of course people asked me why, and I had to show them our messages to explain the situation. Don't you think this is a serious matter and we need to talk about it? I already made up my mind. Everyone sympathized with me. There were also many people who were angry with you. Your parents, after learning the situation, came and apologized to me, and my parents on their knees crying. Doesn't that show you how serious this is? I asked you to explain it properly. Why would my parents have to kneel down like that? Your explanation was terrible. I told you to explain it properly. It's all your fault. How could you say such a thing? This is not a sweet story as you might think. Marriage is not just our problem. It involves our families and friends and colleagues who came to support us. I understand that, but Johnson wanted to reconcile with me and divorced on our wedding day. I thought I had to respond to his feelings. You're only thinking about yourself and not paying attention to what's going on around you. That's not true. Johnson cares about me. I saw Johnson's fake account. He didn't react to the messages you sent him. I could feel any intention of reconciliation from his account. You're the only one sending messages, and there's no reply from the fake account. That's not true. I should have received a reply. Wait, I'll check. Huh? What's wrong? I thought I received a reply, but I didn't. Has the reality finally set in? That's impossible. He divorced his wife for me. Today. You need to face reality. I canceled today's wedding because you said you wanted to cancel it. But canceling on the day of the wedding requires a 100% repayment. Why? Can't we just pay a cancellation fee? Also, the honeymoon we were supposed to depart on after our ceremony is also canceled on the day of the ceremony, so it requires a 100% payment. Right, but we haven't left yet, and it's ridiculous to pay 100%. There are a lot of things that aren't easy. There is still $30,000 left to pay. So much? You have to pay all of it. It's all your fault, so take responsibility. I can't afford that much money. Why should I pay all of it? It's our wedding, right? You have an obligation to pay too, don't you? I don't want to pay. Your parents said they would pay the full amount out of apology. If you don't agree, they also said they would sever the relationship with you. Are you trying to threaten me? Why would I do something like that? My parents wouldn't say something like that. You're doing something irreparable. Anyway, we need to talk. Come back to the venue soon and let's talk. Think about your parents too. Does it have to be so complicated? Then let's forget about Johnson and get married. Isn't that okay? After what you did to me, I wouldn't want to compromise and marry you. I was tricked. I didn't know it was a fake account, and I believed in the divorce. Why are you saying such terrible things? Who's being terrible? You said you loved me so much. Yes, I did love you. But now, after this, I'm glad I didn't marry you. Our relationship started, and we were going to get married because you wanted to. Besides, canceling the wedding was also what you wanted, wasn't it? That's true, but... Don't act like the victim now. I am the victim. I was deceived. I don't care anymore. No more excuses like that. Anyway, your parents have arrived at Johnson's house. I'm here with the lawyer too. Let's talk properly. Wait! Please! Harry! It took some time for Liza's parents to understand what was going on. They headed to Johnson's house. Liza was taken to her parents' house. Of course, her parents needed to talk to her about what happened. Liza told them everything, and also, they told me everything. It seems that in high school, Liza was attracted to Johnson, who was the most popular guy in school. They dated for a week, but broke up because Liza was seeing someone else. However, she continued to have feelings for Johnson. After that, she started dating me, but she still couldn't forget about Johnson. We spent a long time together and decided to get married. But I never imagined that Liza had feelings for another guy. She happened to find Johnson's fake account and was happy to reconnect with him. On the morning of the wedding, Liza received a fake message from the fake account saying he was getting divorced. She thought Johnson was her true love after all. When her parents heard this, they couldn't believe it. He apologized to me. Over and over again. In the end, Liza and I didn't meet and talk. Liza paid the $30,000 cancellation fee for the wedding and honeymoon without her parents' help. I think if I had talked to Liza directly, she wouldn't have paid anything. Thanks to her parents' intervention, I was relieved that Liza paid for it all. As an adult, she'll have to take responsibility for her actions. I'm glad I found out what kind of person she was before we got married. Otherwise, our marriage would have fallen apart at any time. There were many things that happened, but I feel good about it. Liza seems to be living a lonely life after being cut off from the colleagues and friends who were invited to the wedding. It's no wonder she did such a betrayal. In addition, it seems that she's working harder than before and paying off her debts to compensate for what she did. It has become a lonely life, and although it was her own fault, I feel sorry for her. Johnson seems to have sued his wife's coworker who created a fake account. And because they caused trouble, not only for Johnson and his wife, but also for us, they felt that they shouldn't cause any more trouble. It seems that they told him that they couldn't forgive him, even if he apologized now. I was worried about what would happen after this incident. But if you do something wrong, you have to take responsibility for it. I don't want to live a lonely life. Although I had a bad experience, I think I learned a lot from it, and I want to live happily from now on as a lesson.